The desert was silent at night, only the wind moving the sand. A group of soldiers watched the sky through their night vision scopes. At first, it looked like a star, bright and steady. But then the light grew larger, moving lower, closer. No plane could move like this. No rocket could stop and float in the air. The commander whispered to his men to stay calm. But inside, even he felt fear. Every soldier had heard stories about UFOs, but now they were seeing it with their own eyes. The light stopped above the desert floor. Slowly, it shaped into a smooth silver craft, round, silent, shining like metal water. Without a sound, it descended and touched the ground. Sand swirled around it like smoke. The soldiers raised their weapons, waiting for an attack. But the craft just stayed there, quiet, like it was listening. For a moment, no one moved. The desert was frozen. Then, a small door opened on the side of the ship. A ramp slid out, smooth like liquid metal. A figure stepped down, tall, thin, glowing faintly in the dark. Its head was longer than a human's, its eyes black and wide. Its skin seemed pale but alive, as if light moved under it. The soldiers aimed their guns, but the commander lifted his hand. "Wait," he said, his voice tight. The figure raised no weapon. It only lifted both hands slowly. It made a sound, soft and musical like words but not words. Then a device on its chest clicked, and suddenly a voice came out in broken English. "Do not fear, I come as guest." The men stared at each other. A guest? No alien had ever called itself that. The figure stepped closer, but slowly, careful not to alarm them. Its black eyes scanned the soldiers like it was studying every breath, every heartbeat. The commander felt sweat on his back. This was not war. This was something stranger, something unknown. Within the hour, black vans and armored trucks arrived. Scientists, government agents, more soldiers surrounded the area. The craft was blocked from sight. Floodlights turned the desert into day. The alien stood in the middle, calm, silent. When asked its purpose, it repeated the same line again. "I come as guest." The scientists were shocked. They spoke quietly among themselves. Why here? Why now? The alien ship was advanced beyond imagination. No engines, no visible weapons, no heat. Yet it had crossed light years to land without harm. The guest was taken carefully into a secure facility underground, not far from the desert, hidden from the public. It walked on its own, never resisting. Its voice translator device kept learning, repeating words faster. Soon, it was able to form full sentences. "I am here to know your kind, to see life, to learn how you continue." The scientists exchanged nervous looks. It did not ask for gold, weapons, or land. It did not speak of war. It wanted to learn about life. The commander of the facility leaned forward. "What do you mean by continue?" he asked. The alien tilted its head. "How you make more of you," it answered simply. The words chilled the room. Everyone understood at once. It was asking about human reproduction. One scientist whispered, "Why would it want that?" Another replied, "Maybe it's kind of lost the ability." But no one dared say the fear in their minds. What if it wanted to use humans for its own purpose? Back at the desert site, the alien ship remained sealed. Teams tried to scan it, but the metal skin reflected every signal. No one could break inside. It was as if the ship was alive, protecting itself. Inside the facility, the alien sat still, waiting. It never showed anger, never showed fear. Only its wide black eyes seemed endless, like it was holding back more than it said. The scientists asked more questions. Why Earth? Why humans? The alien gave only one reply. "You are my only chance. Your life is strong. Your future can be my future." The commander could not sleep that night. He kept replaying the words. If the alien was telling the truth, this was history's greatest moment. But if it was lying, then humanity was in danger. Either way, Earth had just received its first guest from the stars. And that guest had come asking for the deepest human secret of all. The desert wind howled outside the facility. But deep underground, silence ruled. The alien sat waiting, patient. as if it knew humans would have no choice but to listen, as if this was only the beginning. The underground facility was built to hide secrets. For years, it had stored weapons, crashed objects, even rumors of strange things. But tonight, it held something different. It held a guest from another world. The alien was led through white corridors, soldiers on each side. Its feet made no sound on the metal floor. It walked with slow, steady steps. Every movement was calm, almost human, yet there was something in the way it looked at the walls, as if it could see more than paint and steel, as if the whole base was an open book to its eyes. The scientists whispered behind glass. They studied every detail. Its skin looked smooth but alive. Its long fingers moved like they were testing the air itself. And those eyes, black, deep, never blinking too long, they made even the bravest soldier uneasy. Inside the research chamber, the alien finally sat down. It placed both hands on the table, showing no threat. The device on its chest glowed faintly. Its voice was clearer now. "I'm Guest," it said again. "I come to learn, to understand." The lead scientist, Dr. Keller, leaned forward, her voice careful but steady. "What do you want to understand?" The alien tilted its head. For a moment, it was silent. Then, with slow words, it answered, "I want to know how you create life, how you pass yourself into the future." The room froze. Some scientists stared at each other in shock. Others began writing notes quickly. The commander crossed his arms, his jaw tight. "Why do you need that?" he demanded. The alien turned its gaze toward him. "Our kind is ending," it said simply. "We have lost the way. We cannot continue. But you still can." Its words echoed in the chamber. Simple, clear, terrifying. The soldiers gripped their weapons tighter. The scientists leaned closer, caught between fear and curiosity. Dr. Keller asked softly, "Do you mean your species cannot reproduce anymore?" The alien nodded slowly. "Yes, we tried. We failed. We vanished one by one." It placed a hand on its chest. Its black eyes softened for the first time. "We seek bridge. We seek life. With you." The silence in the room grew heavy. Every person felt the weight of those words. It was not asking for weapons, not asking for land or power. It was asking for survival. It was asking for the most private secret of humanity, reproduction. The commander slammed his hand on the table. "This is dangerous. This could be a trick." But the alien did not move. It simply repeated, "Guest, not enemy." Later that night, while soldiers kept guard, the alien was placed in a secure observation room. Thick glass walls surrounded it. Cameras watched every angle. It did not resist. It sat quietly, studying the humans who studied it. One young soldier, nervous, whispered to his partner, "Why doesn't it look scared? If it were a prisoner, it should fight." His partner shook his head. "It's not acting like a prisoner. It's acting like it's exactly where it wants to be." Meanwhile, in the control room, Dr. Keller reviewed recordings. She noticed something strange. Every time the alien spoke, its voice device improved. Every sentence was smoother, clearer, as if it was learning human language at impossible speed. She wrote in her notes, "It adapts faster than we do. It learns while we hesitate." At midnight, the alien stood in its glass room. It looked straight at the cameras. Through the speakers, its voice filled the control room. "I will show trust. I open my ship." The scientists gasped. The commander's eyes went wide. Until now, the alien craft had been sealed. No human could enter it. No machine could scan it. And now, the guest was offering access. Within the hour, a team prepared to return to the desert site. The alien was escorted back under heavy guard. The night wind whipped across the sand as they approached the craft. It still stood there, silver and silent, untouched by time. The alien raised its long hand. The ship responded like it had been waiting. The surface rippled. A door melted open, revealing a dark interior. The soldiers raised their weapons. The scientists leaned forward with breathless awe. The alien gestured toward the opening. "Enter. See my truth." The commander hesitated. One step could change everything. It could be a trap. or it could be the beginning of trust. The desert was silent. The ship was waiting. The alien's black eyes did not blink. It only repeated one word. Guest. The desert air was heavy as the humans stepped inside the alien ship. The walls shimmered like liquid metal, shifting with every breath. There were no wires, no engines, no machines that anyone could recognize. It was alive, almost breathing. Every step echoed like they were walking inside the body of something greater. The alien followed behind them, moving with calm patience. Its black eyes watched the humans as if judging their reactions. Dr. Keller touched the wall, soft, warm, almost like skin. She pulled her hand back in shock. The commander barked for the soldiers to stay alert. This is not a lab. This is something else, she whispered. In the center of the ship, a chamber opened. Lights shifted, revealing a structure like a cocoon. Inside it, faint shapes glowed like strands of DNA twisting in the air. The alien raised its hand, and the cocoon responded. The shapes spun faster, becoming a storm of glowing patterns. The scientists gasped as their monitors tried to record the impossible. This is our memory, the alien said through its device. Our history, our loss. The images shifted, showing alien worlds, empty cities, and fading figures. A species once great, now reduced to shadows. Dr. Keller leaned closer, eyes wide with awe and pity. They're dying out, she whispered. The alien stepped into the center of the chamber. Its thin hand touched the glowing strands. The patterns changed, reshaping into something new. Not alien, not human, something in between. It turned its gaze back to the humans. We request to join with you, to create life together. The words struck the chamber like thunder. The commander's face hardened. His hand rested on his sidearm. You want to reproduce with us? He demanded. The alien's device translated slowly but clearly. Yes, our bodies fail. Our seed is broken. But your life is strong. Your future can be ours. The soldiers shifted uncomfortably. Some whispered curses under their breath. The scientists scribbled notes, torn between horror and fascination. Dr. Keller's voice trembled as she asked, "Why humans? Why not another species in the galaxy?" The alien looked at her as if the answer was obvious. We searched. We found only silence. You're the first, the only. You are hope. For a moment, no one spoke. The chamber glowed softly around them. The images of alien children fading like mist. The silence of a species reaching for survival. It was beautiful and terrifying. The commander broke the silence. This is unacceptable. We cannot allow it. He motioned for the soldiers to pull back. But the alien raised its hand. The ship responded instantly, sealing the exit. The walls rippled shut like liquid steel. The soldiers pointed their weapons. Tension filled the air. But the alien's voice was calm, steady. I do not force. I only ask. Guest, not enemy. The cocoon pulsed with light. Inside it, strands of DNA twisted again. This time they looked disturbingly human. Dr. Keller's breath caught in her throat. It wasn't just theory. The alien already had human genetic material inside the chamber. Her voice shook. You've already begun experimenting? The alien's head tilted slightly. Yes, from your blood, from your air. Your life is everywhere. I only need consent to finish. The commander's face turned red with anger. You stole from us, he shouted. The alien shook its head slowly. Not steal. Borrow. Return stronger. The lights of the cocoon flared brighter. The glowing strands began shaping into a form. Not yet human, not yet alien, but something alive. The soldiers panicked, aiming their weapons. Dr. Keller raised her hand to stop them. Wait, if we destroy it now, we lose the chance to understand. The chance to change. Her words echoed, torn between fear and hope. The alien turned its black gaze toward her. You see, it said softly. You understand? Together, we survive. The cocoon pulsed faster. The glowing shape inside it trembled like a heartbeat. Every scientist, every soldier felt the air thicken. It was no longer theory. It was real. The alien had made its request clear. It wanted humanity's future joined with its own. The commander gave a sharp order. Shut it down. Now. But even as the soldiers rushed forward, the cocoon pulsed once more, brighter than the sun. The chamber filled with light, and the first cry of something new echoed through the alien ship. The chamber shook with light. The cocoon's glow spread across the walls of the alien ship. The scientists shielded their eyes. Soldiers tightened their grip on their weapons. And in the middle of it all, the alien stood calm, as if it had been waiting for this moment for centuries. When the brightness faded, the cocoon was still alive. Inside it, something pulsed like a heartbeat. Not fully formed, not human, not alien, but undeniably alive. The air was heavy with fear, curiosity, and wonder. Dr. Keller whispered, This is impossible." The commander barked back, "Nothing about this is allowed. Shut it down now." But the cocoon responded as if it had heard him. Its glow dimmed, and the heartbeat slowed. It was listening. The alien stepped forward, its black eyes reflecting the faint glow of the cocoon. "Do not fear. It is not weapon. It is bridge." The soldiers aimed their rifles at the pulsing chamber. One wrong move, and they were ready to destroy it. The alien raised both hands slowly. "No harm, only life." Dr. Keller leaned closer to the glowing strands. The patterns inside shifted rapidly. Spirals of DNA, but altered. Human codes laced with alien fragments. It was rewriting, merging. She muttered in disbelief. "It's learning our biology faster than we can study it." The commander growled. "Doctor, step away. We don't know what this thing will become." But Dr. Keller's curiosity outweighed her fear. Her eyes were locked on the miracle forming in front of her. Suddenly, alarms blared. The ship's systems triggered, warning of unstable energy. Panels flickered with light. The cocoon pulsed too fast. Like a heart under strain, the soldiers panicked, raising their rifles higher. The commander shouted, "Shoot it before it blows." "No!" Dr. Keller screamed. "If we destroy it now, we destroy history. We may be killing the first hybrid life in the universe." The alien's voice device crackled. Its words came through steady despite the chaos. "Not danger, not weapon. It is child." The chamber quieted for a moment. The cocoon calmed, the pulses slowed, as if the alien's presence soothed it. The scientists exchanged nervous glances. The line between miracle and threat was razor thin. Later, in the underground facility lab, the cocoon was transferred with extreme caution. Soldiers surrounded it. Scientists worked in shifts. No one slept. Every monitor tracked the life signals inside the chamber. The alien stayed close, always watching. It never ate, never rested. It simply stood by the cocoon like a guardian. Dr. Keller kept a notebook filled with sketches and notes. "The organism is forming bone structure similar to humans," she wrote. "But there are irregularities, unknown tissues growing in patterns we cannot explain." The commander reviewed her notes with suspicion. "To me, those irregularities look like weapons," he muttered. But Dr. Keller shook her head. "No, they look like adaptation." One night, as silence filled the lab, the cocoon shifted, the glowing strands wrapped tighter, and for the first time, a small hand pressed against the transparent wall. Tiny, fragile, but real. The soldiers gasped. Some stepped back in fear. The alien whispered in its broken English, "Life continues." But not everyone saw it as a miracle. Some scientists whispered about infection, about the danger of letting alien DNA mix with human blood. The commander began planning for containment protocols. "If this thing leaves the lab," he warned, "we may not survive." Dr. Keller argued back, "We can learn from it. This could be the future of medicine, the future of evolution." But her voice was drowned out by fear. Days passed, the cocoon grew stronger. Its pulse matched a human rhythm. Its form became clearer. A body curled inside. Skin pale, but glowing faintly with alien light. Eyes closed, waiting to open. The alien never left its side. Sometimes it spoke softly to the cocoon in its own strange language. The monitors recorded small responses, as if the child inside was listening, learning even before birth. Then came the failure. The cocoon flickered. Its glow dimmed, heartbeat irregular. Alarm screamed again. The scientists scrambled. Machines overloaded, sparks flying. The commander shouted orders to evacuate. But Dr. Keller refused to leave. She placed her hand on the cocoon, desperate. "Please stay alive," she whispered. The alien turned its gaze toward her, its voice low and heavy. "It needs you. It needs human touch." Against every rule, every protocol, Dr. Keller stayed by its side. Her hand never left the cocoon. And slowly, the heartbeat steadied again. The glow returned. The child survived the collapse. The scientists stared in shock. The commander clenched his fists. And the alien said quietly, "You see? Together. It lives." But deep inside the commander's heart, the fear only grew stronger. Because if this creature needed humans to live, then one day it might need far more. The cocoon pulsed all night. Monitors beeped, recording every change. Scientists stood in silence, too afraid to speak. Soldiers kept their rifles raised, eyes locked on the glowing chamber. And the alien never moved. It stood like a guardian, watching over the fragile life inside. By dawn, the cocoon began to crack. Thin lines of light spread across its surface. The sound was soft but sharp, like glass breaking underwater. Every heartbeat in the room quickened. The commander gave the order, "Stand ready. If it breaks out, you shoot." But Dr. Keller shouted back, "No. If you fire now, you'll kill it before we even see what it is." The alien stepped closer, its long hand hovering just above the glowing surface. Its voice came through the device, calm and steady. "Not monster. Not weapon. Child." The crack widened. A small hand pushed through, pale skin glowing faintly. Then another. The scientists gasped. It looked human, too human. But when the face pressed against the glassy wall, the truth became clear. Its eyes were closed, but light leaked from the thin veins across its eyelids. Not human light, alien light. With a sudden burst, the cocoon split open. A rush of cold mist filled the chamber. And there it was, a child, small, weak, trembling. Its chest rose and fell. It gasped for its first breath. The sound pierced the silence like thunder, a cry both human and alien. The soldiers tightened their grips. The commander raised his hand, but no one fired. Something about the sound froze them all in place. It was not a cry of war. It was the cry of a newborn. Dr. Keller rushed forward. Against every rule, against every order, she wrapped the small body in a silver thermal sheet. The child's skin was warm, soft, almost human, but its veins glowed faintly under her touch. Its tiny fingers clutched her hand with surprising strength. The alien watched with unblinking eyes. For the first time, its voice softened. "Bridge," it whispered. "This is bridge between us." The commander barked at the soldiers. "Take it away now. Lock it down before it grows into something we can't control." But none of them moved. They were frozen, caught between duty and awe. The child whimpered softly, clinging tighter to Dr. Keller. She looked at the commander and shook her head. "You can't treat this like a weapon. This is life. This is history." The commander's jaw tightened. "This is a threat," he growled. But even he didn't give the order to fire. Something deep inside him resisted. Maybe fear, maybe pity, or maybe the unshakable truth that once you hear a child cry, you cannot pull the trigger so easily. Over the next hours, the child was placed in a secure glass nursery. Monitors tracked every breath, every movement. It grew faster than expected. Within a single day, its muscles strengthened, its eyes opened, and when they did, the entire room fell silent. The eyes were human in shape, but inside them burned a faint starlight, a glow not of earth. The child scanned the room with strange awareness. It looked at the scientists, the soldiers. Then it looked at the alien, and it smiled. The alien stepped forward, pressing its hand to the glass. The child mirrored the movement. Tiny hand against long, alien fingers. For a moment, the two looked like parent and child. The alien's device translated a whisper. It knows me. It knows us. Fear spread among the humans. If the child could already recognize, already connect, what else could it do? One soldier muttered, "It doesn't look natural. It looks like it knows too much." That night, while the facility slept in uneasy silence, Dr. Keller sat beside the glass nursery. The child stared back at her, not with confusion like a normal baby, but with calm, quiet focus, as if it was studying her, learning, understanding. She whispered to herself, "It's not just a child. It's something more." The alarms broke the silence. A red light filled the lab. The child's heart rate spiked. Its body glowed brighter. The machine screamed, unable to stabilize the signals. The soldiers rushed in, weapons raised. The commander shouted, "This is it. This is where it turns." But the alien raised its voice, louder than before. "Stop. Not attack. It is adapting. It is becoming." The glow dimmed. The child fell asleep again, breathing soft, peaceful. The alarms faded. The room was quiet. The scientists stared in shock. The soldiers lowered their weapons slowly, and the commander clenched his fists. His fear was no longer about weapons or war. His fear was deeper. If this child lived, if it grew, it could be the start of something humans could never control. The alien, still calm, still steady, placed its hand on the glass again, and in a voice almost human, almost gentle, it whispered one word: future. The child slept behind glass walls. Its tiny chest rose and fell with steady rhythm. Monitors tracked its every breath. But no machine could explain the strange glow in its veins. No science could explain the way it stared at people. Not with innocence, but with awareness. For days, the facility grew tense. Scientists worked without rest. Soldiers whispered among themselves. Some believed the child was a miracle. Others called it a threat, waiting to grow teeth. The commander's suspicion deepened with every hour. He sat in the control room, reviewing data, every recording of the alien's ship, every scan of the child. And then he found it, a hidden pattern inside the DNA sequence. Lines of code, too perfect, too intentional. Not random biology, not nature, but design. He slammed his fist against the table. "They've hidden something inside it," he growled. "This isn't just survival. This is infiltration." Dr. Keller argued back. "No, it's adaptation. Life always adapts." But the commander cut her off. "Life doesn't hide secret codes inside its blood, doctor. This is a Trojan horse, a weapon disguised as a child." The alien stood silently in the corner, its black eyes fixed on the commander. Finally it spoke. Not weapon, not trap, only survival. The commander snapped, then explained the codes. "Why does the child's DNA contain sequences that rewrite itself like a computer program?" The alien tilted its head. Its voice device crackled before answering. "Because to survive, it must be stronger, smarter, faster. It must outgrow death." The room fell silent. Dr. Keller's heart pounded in her chest. She wanted to believe it, but even she could not deny the danger. If this child could rewrite itself, if it could evolve faster than any human, what would it become in years, in months, or even days? That night, the facility turned restless. Some soldiers refused to stay near the nursery. They muttered that the child's glowing eyes followed them even in their dreams. Others demanded it be destroyed before it grew too strong. The commander listened to every complaint, and secretly, he began forming a plan. Meanwhile, Dr. Keller sat by the nursery glass. The child stared back at her, its tiny hand pressed against the barrier. She pressed her hand to the other side. For a brief second, the glass flickered with static, like the child's touch could disrupt the very machines watching it. She pulled back, startled. The child only smiled, a smile far too knowing for its age. The next morning, chaos erupted. The alarms blared. Unauthorized access detected. The commander and his men had entered the lab. Weapons drawn. Dr. Keller rushed in, shouting, "What are you doing?" The commander's voice was cold. "We're ending this before it's too late. That thing is not a child. It's a spy planted inside us." He raised his weapon, aiming at the sleeping hybrid. But before he could fire, the alien moved. For the first time, it showed speed faster than human eyes could follow. It stepped between the commander and the child. Its long arms spread wide. Its voice thundered through the device. "You kill it. You kill both of us." Soldiers froze, unsure whether to fire or stand down. The commander shouted, "Stand with me, or do you want this alien thing growing into your children's future?" But not everyone followed his order. Some soldiers lowered their rifles. Some even stepped back. Fear battled with doubt inside every human heart. Dr. Keller's voice cracked as she yelled, "Listen to yourselves. You're ready to murder a baby because you're afraid of what it might become." Her words cut through the chaos. For a moment, silence returned. Then the hybrid child woke. Its glowing eyes opened wide. The lights in the lab flickered. The machines around it went dead. Monitors crashed, sparks flying. The child's cry filled the room. Not weak this time, but sharp, piercing, almost like command. The alien fell to its knees, its black eyes wet with something that looked like tears. It calls, it feels, it chooses, it whispered. The soldiers stepped back in fear. The commander's face turned pale, and Dr. Keller stood frozen, because the child's gaze was fixed on her. It had chosen her, as if it saw her not as a scientist, not as a human, but as something more, as mother. The alien rose again, its voice steady despite the chaos. "Truth is here, not weapon, not trap, but bond. You must decide, do you kill the bridge, or do you walk across it?" The room hung on the edge of choice. The commander's finger tightened on the trigger. Dr. Keller moved closer to the glass, and the child reached its glowing hand toward her. The facility trembled, not from weapons, not from machines, but from a single question hanging in the air. The lab was frozen in silence. Every weapon was raised, every heartbeat loud. The commander's finger trembled on the trigger. Dr. Keller stood by the nursery glass, her hand pressed against it, and the child's glowing eyes locked onto hers, its tiny hand reaching back, the air between them thick with tension. The alien's voice cracked through the silence. "Choice is now, not tomorrow, not later, now." The commander shouted, "There is no choice. We destroy it before it destroys us." His words echoed with fear, but even his soldiers hesitated. Some lowered their weapons. Some looked at the child and saw not an enemy, but a helpless infant. Dr. Keller's voice rose above the chaos. "Listen to yourselves. You talk about fear, but fear has blinded you. This is not war. This is history. This is the chance for something beyond us." The commander snapped back. "You call it history. I call it extinction." His finger tightened on the trigger, but before he could fire, the lights cut out. Darkness swallowed the room. Machines sparked, alarms failed, and then a soft glow filled the air. Not from the facility, but from the child. Its body pulsed with faint light. The nursery glass vibrated like it could no longer contain it. The alien stepped closer. Its long fingers pressed against the barrier. The child mirrored it, two beings so different yet bound. Its voice device whispered, "See the bond. See the future." The commander shouted for backup, but his soldiers no longer moved. Some stared in awe. Others lowered their guns completely, and one whispered, "If this is a weapon, why does it look at us with eyes like that?" Dr. Keller leaned forward. The child's tiny fingers pressed against her hand again. In that moment, she felt warmth, not just physical, but something deeper, like the child knew her, like it trusted her. Her voice broke the silence. "If this is the bridge, then I will walk it." The alien bowed its head slightly, as if passing responsibility to her. The commander's rage boiled over. "You're insane, Keller. You're gambling with the entire human race." His gun swung toward her, but before he could fire, the child cried out. The sound was unlike any cry before. It shook the walls, rattled the glass. The commander dropped his weapon, clutching his head in pain. Lights flickered back to life, and the facility's systems roared awake. But the readings on the monitors showed something impossible. The hybrid's DNA was rewriting itself in real time, adapting, stabilizing. It was no longer just merging human and alien code. It was creating something new, something balanced, something alive. Dr. Keller's eyes filled with tears. "This isn't invasion. This is evolution," she whispered. The alien nodded slowly. "Yes, together. Future." The commander stumbled to his feet, his face pale, his fear stronger than ever. "You don't understand. If it grows beyond us, we become nothing." He turned to the soldiers. "Stop this now before it's too late." But the soldiers no longer obeyed. Their weapons hung loose in their hands. They looked at the child. They looked at Dr. Keller. And one by one, they chose not to fire. The alien ship responded from afar. Its walls rippled. Its core pulsed with the same rhythm as the child's heartbeat. The connection between them was undeniable. It was not just creating life. It was creating a bond between worlds. Dr. Keller stepped into the nursery as the glass slid open. She lifted the child into her arms. It was warm, fragile. Its glowing eyes met hers. And for the first time it spoke, not through the alien's device, but in a soft, broken human word. "Mother." The entire room froze. The soldiers lowered their weapons completely. Even the commander's rage faltered. His weapon shook in his hands. Fear battled with something he didn't want to admit. Hope. The alien placed its long hand over its chest, its voice deep and steady. "The choice is yours. Destroy the bridge, or walk across it. But know this, once destroyed, it cannot return." Dr. Keller held the child close, her voice clear, louder than ever. "I choose life." The soldiers slowly nodded. Some even saluted her. The commander's weapon slipped from his hand and clattered to the floor. He stepped back, defeated, but his eyes still burned with doubt. "If you're wrong, Keller, you doom us all." The alien's black eyes softened. "No, she saves you all." The room fell quiet. The child's breathing steady. Its glow dim but peaceful. And for the first time since the ship landed, the humans realized something. The war they feared had not begun, but something far more dangerous had. A future they could not control. The desert above was silent once more. The alien ship pulsed faintly under the stars. And deep underground, a child slept in human arms. Half human, half alien. The first of its kind, and perhaps the first of many. The final words echoed in every human heart that night. This was not the end of the story.